the first thing that we need to do, I watched a lot of videos of people just doing this and tutorials and things, mostly from Ace of Clay, so his way of doing things is probably the way that I'm going to do most of them, and we're just going to go from there. So the first thing that we need to do, I'm talking like this is a tutorial, but the first thing that we need to do is create the armature, as it's apparently called. I'm scared. So this isn't going to be a complete real time because I can imagine that I would probably take a very long time to do this. Oh, this is hard to work with. It didn't seem that hard to work with when I was watching the videos. It didn't seem this hard. I'm struggling already. Okay, I need to figure out how big I want to make him. So, we're doing salad, by the way, if you didn't know. This isn't what I want. Okay, let's try that again. I sort of want to make him this shape, and possibly even this size. So I don't want it lean in. Okay. This is what I want. Okay. Okay, we're trying again. Will be like this. So, can I stick this through here? Will that work? And just like stick his body onto his legs. Like that. Okay, I think this is going to be better. This is better. Okay, so we've got the legs and that there. So I want to cover this with Sculpey. Hello! Sorry about that weird random intro and then cut straight to the thing. I was going to make an intro, like a proper one with my face and stuff, but then I decided not to, so we just got right into it. So here we are. I am sculpting. Why am I sculpting, you ask? What is this? This is so random. Well, I was watching Nerdy Crafter. I found her again, Jackie from Nerdy Crafter. I found her after watching one of her videos randomly. It came up on my recommended and I started watching her again. I used to watch her before, like way before, when she was in a different place or her room looked different or whatever. When she was, her first collab with Jazza basically was when I used to watch her. But I rediscovered her and I was watching her videos, and she's primarily a crafter, duh, with her name, Nerdy Crafter. But you should definitely go and check out Jackie because she's awesome, and her channel is about to hit 1 million subscribers soon, so you should go and check that out. I don't know if it's happened yet or not already, because this is way far in advance that I'm making this video, but you should go and check it out anyway. But in my recommended, after watching one of her sculpting videos, Ace of Clay came up, Anthony from Ace of Clay, and I watched all of his videos, every single one. I'm still going through Nerdy's videos because she's been around a lot longer and I don't have time for that. But I did manage to squeeze all of Ace of Clay's videos into my time. Anyway, so I was watching those videos and I absolutely loved the thought of sculpting. And since I have recently developed my original character Salad, I thought it would be really cool to have a sculpture of him in my house. So I wanted to sculpt him. So here I am doing that. And while I was doing this, to start with, for the vast majority of it, I wasn't even listening to music. I wasn't watching anything on YouTube or Netflix. I was just doing this in complete silence. It was so relaxing and therapeutic and really exciting as well, because I was like, oh my god, I'm using my hands to do something. And I don't know, it's a different feeling than 2D art, even though both of them are very satisfying and fun. This was just a lot more fun, I think, because I had never done it before. So this was really hard, a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Basically, the armature, I don't know what was going on with that. I thought, like, it looks so much easier when you're watching it in a video. After watching Ace of Clay's videos, I was like, I am so pumped for this. I know what I'm doing. I'm so confident. This is going to be easy. And then when I tried it, I was like, this is a lot harder than it was. It wasn't harder to the point where I didn't know what I was doing, because I watched a lot of techniques that he did and I implemented them in this. So the snakes of clay thing, which seems to be something that he mentions all the time. I used a lot of snakes of clay to blend in on one side and do wrinkles and stuff like that on the clothing, which was really fun. The thing that I'm gutted about, though, is that I think I went a bit too fast and wasn't thinking straight about what I should be doing. I forgot to do seams. I forgot to poke a hole in his buttocks for his his tail, but we'll get back to that soon. I just want to talk about the foil. As you've seen in the video, I was doing it with wire cutters first, and then I went to the foil part, and the foil made it bulkier than I wanted it to. It was really hard to shape into the way that I wanted it, and it was also really hard to gauge the size of what it was going to be as well. I think I made him too fat. I mean, he's a decent size. I think he's about 6 inches or something. I don't know how big he is, but he is a decent size. It was just really hard to get that initial shape, and I think I made him far too chunky, but that's okay. I had a picture of him in my head where he was wearing a white vest and a cardigan, maybe some shorts or sleek trousers, and skinny feet like he does in my drawings. But I was really scared about the balance and didn't want him to tip over, so I gave him thicker feet, and it was just a struggle. Also, I thought that I made the head too big thanks to my dad. I sent a picture to my dad and he said his head looks massive. So I shrunk the size down of his head, but I hadn't actually bulked out his arms or his shoulders yet. So in doing that, making his head smaller was actually a bad idea. I should have left it at this size that it is now that you can see. And I'm doing the ears right now, which were really hard to do. I was really annoyed doing the ears, and I don't think that I gave them justice. But anyway, here's me doing the arms, and they were also a lot harder than I thought they were going to be. Trying to wrap the clay around and have it even, it was just so hard. I don't know, but obviously it's my first time doing it, and I'm happy that I tried it, and I'm happy that I did it, and I really want to try more. I want to do more. If you have any ideas of what I should try and sculpt next, then please do tell. I really like the idea that Ace of Clay and Nerdy Crafter do, where they get their subscribers' drawings and try to sculpt it. Obviously it's much funner for them to do it because they know how to sculpt and I don't, but I think that would be a fun thing to do. So if you want me to sculpt something, then just at me on Twitter with your drawing and I might do it as well, while I get maybe practicing. And I was really proud of these hands too. Really proud of these hands, but I ended up not going with this hand because it was too big. It fell off in the oven, and he doesn't have hands in my drawings either, so I don't know why I was trying to do hands. I think I was going to do a completely different character just because I wasn't happy with the shape, and then maybe do him later when I had a little bit more skill. But yeah, I don't know, but I was really happy with that hand, but I did scrap it, which I'm so sad about. But anyway, I tried to compensate for the head with his outfit. So instead of giving him a vest, I decided to give him a turtleneck instead. He has never worn a turtleneck in his life and it makes him look really weird, and I think that's the thing that I don't like about it the most, apart from his face. We'll get to his face in a minute, but yeah, the jumper just doesn't look like Salad. It's not him, but that's why I did that, so that his neck didn't look too small and his shoulders didn't look too small compared to his head. Sorry, his head doesn't look too small compared to his shoulders. I bulked out the thing a little bit. And here I am doing the tail, which I wish that I had not done it like this. It was really hard to get it in there. I didn't drill a hole big enough for that, and it just was really annoying to try and get all of that clay on there and get it to stick in. And it did try, and it broke off in the oven as well, but I just ended up leaving it. I wasn't that bothered about it. But if I had not baked this before I put the tail in, then I could have merged it into his bum a little bit more and covered it up with other clay. But I didn't do that. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. Here I am doing the arms again for some reason. I had them done and now I'm doing them again, and I'm sculpting another hand. But yeah, like I said, I don't use these hands, but I am really happy with them. I mean, they look cool. They look like hands. I can sculpt hands better than I can draw hands. What's going on? Look at his hand. It looks cool. But like I said, I didn't use that in the end. I also had a little bit of an issue with the whiskers, because I had to stick them into his face and then obviously bake it so that they stayed. But because I was trying to shape them, it cut his face open, and it was just a big nightmare. So I've never seen anybody sculpt a cartoon mouse before, so I didn't know how to do it, and I was just using my knowledge in my brain to try and come up with ideas on how to do things. But yeah, that's basically how I decided to do it. So all of this isn't baked yet. The stuff that I'm putting on isn't baked, and as you can see, I gave him a sort of like taller collar, and then I end up rolling it right up. There's a lot of this skipped out too, because it was just too hard to have all the footage in one video. There was so much footage because I tried to do the ears like 6 million times. I tried to do the face loads of times. I did like 4 different hands. There's a different face. Look, his face is smaller now. And he doesn't look cute. In the words of my son, he looks a little bit creepy. But I am still happy. There I am bulking out the neck, you see. Giving him a turtleneck. It is funny. And his hair, I have never drawn him from the back, so I don't know what the back of his hair looks like. In the drawings, he only has 3 tufts of hair. But I gave him more snakes of hair in the back as well. But I'm really happy that I tried this. I love the clay. Using the clay is so easy. This Super Sculpty that I got, it's so easy. It's so nice to work with. It's a lot softer than I thought it was. It's a lot easier to work with. It doesn't dry out because you have to bake it in the oven to dry. It dries with heat. And here I am painting it. Now, I did use a professional heavy body paints for this. You can use craft paint and it will work just fine. I just didn't have craft paint in the colours that I wanted, so I decided to use this paint instead, and it worked out quite well. And I also used the baby oil to paint to get all of the fingerprints off before I baked him, and I used matte acrylic paint to cover him so that he wasn't so shiny as well, because the paint that I used is pretty shiny when it dries. So yeah, I'm just painting all of his features, and I don't know, I'm happy with this. I want to do him again after I have maybe a little bit more knowledge. And one of the advices that I would give is probably to draw out the character first before you sculpt it. It would be much easier to know exactly what you want to do before you do it and just copy the drawing, and probably do like a turnaround character so that you know what he looks like from the back, the side and the front and all that stuff. But I think that for my first sculpture, it's impressive. His ears are massive. His ears are not that big in real life. In real life, I say. But you know what I mean, as the drawing. But I had fun doing it. I definitely want to do more, like I said. I want to sculpt more things. I just don't know what to sculpt yet. I was thinking about doing some maybe sculptures and selling them on Etsy. Obviously, when I get better at it, maybe do smaller, more easier things for, like, I don't know, occasions or something. But there he is. He's got his eyeballs. And I'm going to show you a little better images of him, like I don't know, a swoopy camera motion thing after this video. Tell me what you think in the comments below, and I will see you in my next one. Look at him, he's so cute. Okay, not cute, just creepy. Bye.